Okay. Let me just start the story again from the start, okay? So, I was talking to this person who just asked me, should I do VTubing? Should I do VTubing? And my sincere honest answer was don't. My sincere honest answer to them was, all right, if you are a guy asking me as another guy that if you should do male VTubing, I'm gonna give it to you straight. No, don't. If you're a guy, don't. You're asking to not only shoot yourself in the foot, you're also asking to be a content creator in the most hardest difficulty as possible. Okay? Get that get that straight. Get that shit straight for a second, okay? So, if you're a female VTuber, if you're a woman and you want to be a female VTuber, go for it. Go for it. There's lots of shit you can do as a female VTuber. And this morning I woke up and I literally decided, because I have ADHD and I could not leave it, I literally made a whole document that states the facts. I'm just gonna read it out to you guys. I'm not really gonna like show the document. I'm just gonna read it out to you, okay? The simplest explanation for male VTubing versus female VTubing. What's better, male or female VTubing? The answer is so goddamn simple. It's female. Why female? Here are the facts if you can't use your second fucking chromosome. First off, if you want to be a male VTuber, you need to if you need to understand while YouTube okay, first off, remember YouTube and Twitch is boob. Stop saying YouTube and Twitch, all right, have always been male dominant. They've always been male dominant. Yo, do you hate your job as a VTuber? No. If I did, I wouldn't be a VTuber in the first place. The platforms are male dominant, okay? They're male dominant. But in VTubing is its own area, okay? Like think of it as you have Twitch, you have YouTube, and it's like both mostly male dominant when it comes to content creating, right? Unless you're looking for a specific taste in content. Grab the VTubing subject and just rip it out of there. That's what I mean. It's its own thing, but it's just in Twitch and YouTube. Okay? It's just in Twitch and YouTube. And this quote unquote own thing, which is VTubing, is female dominated. And you can kind of guess why, but I'm gonna explain it to you anyway in case you can't really get it straight through your goddamn brain. Majority of the viewer base of VTubers in general, as a whole, all right, as a whole, is around 70 to 80% male. You can't fucking prove me wrong either. You can't fucking prove me wrong, because how do I know this? Simple. Go to an expo, go to a VTuber concert, go to like any big fan base of any female VTuber, and majority of it is all male. So, sorry, my mother just walked in. She was offering breakfast, but I already ate. Sorry, what was I saying? Majority of it is all men. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never seen that many women in these concerts. I have not. All I see is majority of males, and if it is women, it's usually Koreans or Japanese or Chinese. It's usually it's usually Asian. I don't know if that sounds racist, but that's just from what I've seen. Okay, that's just from what I've seen. So once again, all right. So if you're a female VTuber, but you have all of these things I like to call simple. I make sure I divide the first 4 letters aside from the last 2 letters, like simp and ul. You guys can tell where I'm going here. So I don't really see any female VTubers talk about this, right? Because it's kind of like maybe if they like, I feel like if they mention it, it might ruin their image, and I think that's kind of why they don't talk about it themselves. but I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna talk about it. I'll talk about it for them. So let's be honest, all right? Let's be fucking honest. If you're gonna be a female VTuber, or if you are a female VTuber, you are highly aware. You are highly fucking aware that you have all of these fucking tools to your advantage. And I'm gonna say it straight, I hate it when I hear a fucking female VTuber complain about the shit they're in. I'm just saying, you have no idea how much of a big fucking advantage you have, because let's be honest, people nowadays would rather watch a female VTuber than a fucking e-girl, and that's a fucking fact. So, so if you're gonna try to start out as a female VTuber, step one, okay? Step one, make yourself a sexy model with big tits. I'm not even joking there. I'm not joking. Now, something that kind of makes me flip my shit sometimes, or something like that, from what I've heard, because I've been in this discussion before with females who wanted to be a female VTuber before, all right? I've been in this discussion before. They would tell me, but what if I don't have big tits or a big ass in real life? Who gives a fuck? They're not gonna see you in real life. That completely ruins the whole VTubing thing. Do you understand what VTubing is about? It's about setting out an image. You are a character to these people, okay? So take advantage of it. Don't make a model or whatever that's supposed to be representing you in real life, okay? So remember, yes. So okay. Before I get into that next part, remember, okay? Just big tits, look sexy, make something unique. And if you personally ask me, all right? If you personally ask me, if you're a female VTuber and you were to ask me, what should I have as my excuse me, what should I have as my female VTuber model? My answer is simple. Don't go something that's in the trends. Go full arrow, yeah. You can do that. Yeah, that's gonna get a lot of attention. But don't have a design. No. Don't do anything. No, have a design that's much more different, or at least unique, aside from other VTubers. Like let's say one of my personal favorites is Matera Khan. All right, why do you think I like Matera Khan? Well, she's a fucking roach, and she's got an amazing personality. Must I add? She's a fucking roach. What VTuber would think of being a fucking roach? That's what I mean by unique. You gotta come up with something unique. Don't follow it. Don't follow the cat girl trend. Don't follow the fucking, I don't know what else, furry trend or whatever. Don't be a fucking furry for the fucking sake of yourself and the sake of your goddamn VTubing career. Don't be a fucking furry. Okay? Don't. Not worth it. All right. Step 2. All right. After you do the whole fucking, like, after you make your model. Now, here's what you need to do. You need to keep your viewers in their seats, okay? You need to keep everyone engaged in watching your stream. How do I do that? Well, I'm a male VTuber, so I can't explain. But for a female VTuber, all right? Now, you need to remember, there's always a lot of guys popping in and out of your streams, and they're eventually gonna say something in your chat, okay? Now, just for the simple part, you need to engage with them, okay? But how do you really keep a guy in your chat? That's the real question the ladies would like to wonder. How do you keep a guy sitting in his chair watching you all the time and always chatting with you? The answer is very fucking easy, and I can give you this answer as a guy who used to watch some VTubers, okay? I don't watch VTubers anymore, not so often. Once again, I myself don't like VTubers to a degree. I respect some of them. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Okay, but as a guy who used to watch VTubers, I can easily give you the simple fucking answer as to how you can keep a guy in their chair. Simply talk to them, thank them, or even if you really want that guy to like hang tight or like keep around for quite a good while. Just compliment him. Find a way to compliment him. Don't be too like sexual about it or whatever. Or maybe you can. It depends. Maybe you can like flirt with the viewer or whatnot, and fucking like become a fucking fantasy in their head, which is something I'm about to get into later. But just talk to them. All right, talk to them, thank them, or find a way to compliment them. And you might wonder, what? It can't be that simple. I'm sorry to tell you, but it is. I'm sorry to tell you, but it is that simple. And the reason fucking why is, remember, this quote unquote 70 to 80% of male viewers don't really go outside to touch grass. They don't. They don't really go outside to touch grass, and they don't really talk to any women in real life. So legit, you are the only women that they're probably gonna ever interact with, and they're probably like the compliment or whatever you tell them, or is probably gonna be the only time in their life that they'll ever receive any sort of quote unquote affection. So in other words, as fucked up as it sounds, you need to get into their feelings. You need to get into their feelings or their fantasy, but also have them understand that, hey, I'm not your girlfriend or anything, but I'll be here. You need to do that. You need to do that. That's what you need to do, ladies and gentlemen. Well, not gentlemen, but ladies. And trust me, men, you might like wonder, what if they like get sick of it later on, whatnot. Nope, trust me, they'll be absorbed into it.
So a semi-friendship.
Semi-friendship. It's called parasocial. It's called parasocial. You're not, these people are not your friends. They're not anyone you know. They're just people you constantly talk to or interact with. So, are you gonna be playing a game or just talking? We're gonna be talking a lot first, and then we'll be playing later. So after that, let's say after you manipulate their fantasy and get into their heads and keep them engaged, all you need to do now is just rinse and repeat. Simply rinse and repeat until you eventually grow a big viewer base. And then once you eventually grow your viewer base by just simply repeating the simple shit, then that's when the money starts pouring in. And then guess what? You can buy extra assets. You can literally commission loot stuff. And I'm not joking when I say this. If you think like doing loot stuff or whatever is gonna portray yourself as like some kind of corn star or whatever, trust me, it like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? People are just gonna give you money for that shit, and just like that, you'll start making your income a lot more faster. And not only that, all right, you can start memberships or even start exclusive stuff. And if you want to be real smart with the money that's flowing in, you can just hire people to clip stuff, edit, upload videos for you, or not even that. You can even have a super obsessed fan who is just gonna be doing this shit for free for you anyway. They're gonna make a fan-based clip channel based off you, and they're gonna be taking clips of you, and they're gonna just make edits for you for free. You don't even need to hire anyone. They're just gonna be doing it for free. And then there's the other clipper channels that are gonna start to notice you, and then they'll start getting clips out of you, and then they'll start uploading your shit into their channels, and then boom bada bing, your viewership grows, and then ta-da, you become a successful female VTuber. There you go. You did it. It's kind of that fucking simple, literally. And if I will not hesitate to sit down with a female VTuber and discuss and argue with this shit. I will not hesitate to argue. But yeah, one thing I do gotta point out for female VTubers though, please be very careful with your personality or what vibe you give off. Because let's say I've had the time where I was just binging through some female VTubers, and you need to make a really good first impression if someone's gonna be if someone's chatting to you for their first time. So for every time for first time chatters, always make the interaction unique so you can get them to stay. Like, be really highly aware of your personality, because once again, if you want to keep your your viewer base for the long road or your community, you need to have a really good personality. Do not fuck up the personality part, because if you do, you might not really stretch out so far. Unless all they want is tits and ass. So yeah, that's for the female part. Okay? Now, we're on to the fun part. Male VTubing. Male VTubing. Oh boy. Must I say that my disappointment for male VTubing grows extraordinary. So, like I said, every time someone asks me if they want to become a male VTuber, I tell them it's not worth it.
This is where the fun begins.
I tell them it's not worth it. It's not worth it for many, many good fucking reasons. And the explanation... The explanation compared to the female VTuber part is much more, like, complicated. Okay? So, once again, if you're gonna become a male VTuber, you're not only shooting yourself in the foot, but you literally just chose the hardest difficulty possible for creating content. Or, like, trying to, like, be a entertainer in general. A content creator entertainer. Like other popular male content creators are. But yeah, you literally just chose one of the worst rabbit holes you could dive yourself into. And you also need to remember 70 to 80% of the VTuber viewership are male, and they're all weebs. So what is to be expected? It's simple. They want to see anime girls. And you're not an anime girl. And no, don't think about getting yourself a female model, because only one man was able to pull that shit off. I think that man was porcelain made. I don't know, but only one man was able to pull that shit off. Don't think about it. It won't work twice. I doubt it would work twice. If another guy manages to pull it off, I'll fucking throw that fact out of the fucking bin. But on to the next thing. Unlike being a fucking female VTuber, you have zero fucking tools to your advantage. You have zero fucking extras. Alright? You only have two things. You only have two things, okay? You only have two things. You have you and your personality. Alright? It's the two fucking key aspects of just not being a VTuber, but just being a fucking male content creator in general. Aside from like whatever topic of content you do. So now for the bigger unfortunate part that you don't sorry, let me rephrase that. Now for the unfortunate part that many male VTubers keep fucking forgetting about, okay? If you are simply supposed to be about, you know, your VTuber model and your personality, think about it carefully, okay? Why would people want to watch a VTuber, a male VTuber, for entertainment when there's just so much other male content creators like, I don't know, Asmongold, XQC, fucking Markiplier, Jackson? Like, why go to the depths to watch a male VTuber? How's it going, fat man? If there's already so many better options. All right? So that's what you kind of need to think first. And this is the crazier part. How's it going, okay? This is the crazier part, is that it's much more, you need to be very, very unique when if you're trying to be a male VTuber. And like, not to mention, it's not even just like being a male VTuber. You need to somehow keep the entertainment up with whatever little advantage you can find. Now, here's the thing, all right? So sorry. Here's the thing, right? So when male VTubers look at like the super popular content creators, let's say, right? They're like, okay, wait, if that's what they're doing, why don't I just do it? Here's the thing. Here's the difference, okay? They're a face cam content creator. You're a fucking VTuber. And let's be fucking honest, male VTubers are already hated so much by like the VTuber community or whatnot. And majority of like people in general just find male VTubers cringe. So By the way, I'm mid-black, almost a light skin. Okay, interesting. I'm not going to talk about that just yet, but let me finish my point. So, here's the thing, all right? You can't really step into male VTubing and just suddenly grow. No, you apparently need to do, it's like I said, it's just, you're just doing content creating, but it's extra harder. And also, if you want to get anywhere as a male VTuber, you are kind of literally required to sign your soul away by streaming as much as you can. Just so you can just get a few engagements. Just so you can get at least a few engagements and that's it. You must basically just be entertaining and keep engaging with your audience. So you can at least keep them in their seats somehow. Wait, why are they hated? I'll get to that later. And not to mention, as a male VTuber, you need to sacrifice a lot of things. You almost like need to sacrifice half your mental health. I'm not joking when I say that. You literally need to sacrifice half your mental health or half your goddamn will to keep yourself sane. Because I'm a guy with ADHD and schizophrenia, and I sure as hell was ready to sacrifice. So, once again, you also need to remember that you won't grow as fast as female VTubers, because female VTubers get support by their quote-unquote simple tactics, and they'll get clipped and they'll get like boosted by all the people that love them, that have been glued to their fantasies. But then there's you, a male VTuber. Who the fuck's gonna do that for you? Who the fuck's gonna do that for you? No one's gonna clip you. No one's gonna want to really do like free shit for you. You are on your fucking own. In other words, like, if you at least want to have, let's say, the slightest chance or like a bigger chance of growing as a male VTuber, you need to at least make sure you have a stable job so you can at least pay people to like work on your videos.
Nice day I'm having. Got called by N-word and then I got called by the bad F-word and I'm not even gay.
Sounds like a you problem. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's basically like, once again, if you want to grow as a male VTuber, you need to just make sure you have whatever you got, because once again, not much is offered for you. Not much is offered for you. Also, remember, you gotta have something special. You gotta have at least something special as a male VTuber that you at least portray as a male VTuber. Like for me, like I'm a Revenant. No, I've seen no other. I've actually seen one male VTuber that has a similar design to me. I've seen one guy who had a similar design to me, and I was like, nice, hello, we have similar designs, and then he just ignored me. But yeah, that's just my pep talk or whatever for how it goes for female and male VTubers. Also, if you're planning to become a male VTuber, please don't become a fucking cat boy or something like super weird or cringe. Just don't. It's not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. All right.